The opposite of life is not death. The day, the moment, the season I understood this, it reframed how I as a person, how me as an individual define life itself. I have come to the conclusion that the quality of life that we get, that we live, is defined by how we define life itself. And one of those truths, one of those revelations that helped me to reframe how I define life itself, and of course change the quality of how I live life, and of course how I produce results, is when I understood that the opposite of life is not death. It was when I understood this that it changed everything. You see, the Bible says that Jesus Christ is a life-giving spirit, and that life-giving spirit is in us. So automatically we are also life-giving spirit, life-giving people, right? For those who are believers and in Christ. But back to this topic, the opposite of life is not death. Then what is the opposite of life? That should be the question that you may be asking me. So what is the opposite of life? The opposite of life is purposelessness, meaninglessness, and visionlessness. That is the opposite of life. So anybody who is without purpose, without vision, without meaning, that person is not living. So the opposite of life is purposelessness, visionlessness, and meaninglessness. Unfortunately, in this generation, a good number of people do not see the significant role that purpose, vision, meaning plays in the quality of life and results that we get to produce. So, in this session, in this video, I want to show you how your purpose and your vision and your meaning can lead to your prosperity. There is a strong relationship between your purposefulness, your visionary living, and your meaningful living. There is a strong relationship between these elements and prosperity. And prosperity here is beyond money. Money is part of the components that makes up prosperity in this context. And for those who have been following me for some time, more than a year or so, or a few months, you understand that in my work as a speaker, trainer, consultant, coach, analyst, and all these things that I do, a big part of my work is research. A big part of my work is experimentation. Let me tell you something. Any video I put out, any keynote address I give, any training material, any workshop I design, any master class I give out is always around something that I have been thinking about and working around it for like in the last 1 year or so. So what I'm teaching you right now, this has been in my archive, in my idea bank, and we have been doing experimentations, practice, and research like in the last 1 year or so. So I did not just wake up to come and show you this. But if you follow me carefully, I'll begin to break down these 17 elements that if you understand and practice them, you'll begin to see how you will convert your purpose, your vision, your meaning into prosperity. There is that strong relationship. So follow me carefully. Existence alone does not constitute life. Unfortunately, there are many people that are just existing and not living. So there's a difference between existing and not living, right? So existence alone on this earth, on this planet, in your country, in your continent, just existing, just being around, that does not constitute life. To me, existence equals death. What constitutes life? Purposefulness, visionary living, and having meaning. Because without these three elements, people, hear me very well, without these three elements, people live in a state of what I call functional death. That they are living, but they are functioning. They are living, but they are death, but they are functioning, right? So I call it functional death. Anybody who is without purpose, without vision, without meaning, is living in a state of functional death. You see that now? And your ability to move from functional death into true living is for you to tap into your purpose, into visionary living and into meaningful living, right? So that we live lives in a way that we are truly progressing. We are truly, truly progressing. We are not just existing, but we are truly living. And that's why I said earlier on that the opposite of life is not death. It is purposelessness, meaninglessness, and visionlessness. So where do you fall? Where do you fall? After this introduction, what do you think? Where do you fall in this journey? Now, let me begin to break down the 17 elements. I am not sure I'll be able to cover all of this in this video, but where I stop, I'm going to stop. And if you are watching this on, I don't know, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, wherever you're watching this, check the description. You'll see a link that you can join our community where I always take time and teach. Sometimes we spend 2 hours in the community free, and I'm just teaching in depth some of these things that I share them on social media platforms. So you will be so blessed and so challenged, and you will never remain the same being part of the community, and you will meet other amazing visionaries and leaders and disruptors, and you can get partners, sometimes even funders, because it's a community of diverse people doing amazing things in the community. So let me start breaking down the 17 elements that let me show you how your purpose, your vision, and your meaning can lead to your prosperity. The first element I want to talk about is what I call the silent death syndrome. The silent death syndrome. Now, the point is, many people die long before they are buried. Many people, although they are functionally living, but they are dead already before they are eventually buried. And anybody who lives life like that cannot build prosperity. In other words, if you are practicing, follow me, listen, when you understand this, it will shift your life forever. Anybody practicing the silent death syndrome cannot enjoy prosperity, because prosperity is for those who are functionally living. It's for those who are living and not existing. You see that now? So, unfortunately, many people die long before they are buried. And that's why, even though they are living, they cannot prosper, because they are already dead, even though they are alive. You get the concept? Because the lack of purpose. See, when I understood this, I'm trying to share with you guys thoughts and meditations and analysis that I've spent hours and hours to put down together. Hear this. Lack of purpose, lack of vision slowly erodes or slowly weighs out vitality. Let me tell you something. Without you being a vital stakeholder in life, you cannot build prosperity. Without vitality in you, you see, without life, without you being a person of gladness and rejoicing and gratefulness, would you just being living from that place of, I am a partaker, I am a disruptor, I am a contributor in this thing called life. Without that perspective, without that vitality, you will not even be able to build wealth. You get that now? So, you see, without purpose, without vision, you will slowly lose vitality. And when you lose vitality, this will lead to, emotional decay. It will lead to mental decay. It will lead to spiritual decay. It will lead to professional decay. It will lead to knowledge and skill decay and all of these things. And show me anybody who is decaying in all these areas. I will show you somebody who cannot build and maintain prosperity. You get that now? So this is important to understand. You see, there's a man of God I respect so much, Andrew Womack, and he shared a profound story about his mother. So he shared and said, while his mother was still working, at a very good old age, I've forgotten the exact age, but I think between 55 and 65 or so. At that age, while she was working, she was looking so young, as if she was 40 or so. And he said, at that age of 60 something or so, when her mother goes out with him, guys will still be trying, to chat the mother, as we say in Africa, in order to, to just to get her, into their life, maybe as a girlfriend or something, right? Because even though the mother, age-wise, she was that, old, but her body did not look her age. Then he said something very important. He said immediately the mother retired and stopped working. In other words, she stopped having that vitality towards life per se. So she stopped working and she was just being at home. She said his mother aged so fast. Like her body now started looking exactly like her age. Then he asked the mother to come and start working in his ministry with him. And then he said, when the mother started working, what happened? That the age of her body started going back to where it was. Why? Because vitality came back, because she was active, she was mentally involved towards something, she was emotionally involved towards something, she was professionally involved towards something. What is the essence of this story? The lack of purpose, the lack of meaning, the lack of vision will slowly wear out vitality. There are many young people in their 20s, in their 30s, in their 30, 35, or even their 40s. Their mental abilities is so poor. Their emotional drivenness, what I call emotional ROI, is not there at all. Because all they do is many of them don't have true purpose. They have not discovered true purpose. They don't have 10, 15, 20, 25 years, 30 years vision that they wake up every day chasing after. No career vision, no leadership vision, no business vision, literally nothing that they're chasing after, nothing. Emotionally, they are decaying. Spiritually, they are decaying. Professionally, they are decaying. So, and that is why it is difficult to build true prosperity. You get the point? So be careful of the silent death syndrome. So that is the first element to show you how your purpose, your vision, your meaning can lead to prosperity. Element number two, purpose is the ultimate life force. Purpose is the ultimate life force. Now, what does that mean? I put here and I said, purpose fuels passion. Purpose fuels energy and direction, right? Anybody that has purpose, you will see genuine passion, you will see genuine energy, you will see genuine direction. They know where they are going. They know what is going to happen in the next 10, know what's going to happen. They know where they are going to in the next 10, 20, 50, years ahead of them. Why? Because without purpose, success, whatever success means to you, that success will feel empty, thereby leading to burnout, dissatisfaction despite external achievement. Now, anybody who has life force can produce prosperity, because because force brings advancement, force brings order, force brings progress. So purpose being the ultimate life force therefore means that a purposeful person will have the forces in place to build prosperity, to achieve prosperity. You get that? So you need to tap into your purpose. You need to tap into your meaning. You need to tap into your vision, because these things are forces that will cause you to wake up every day, not to lazy around. See, you would never, my goodness, see, you would never find a purposeful person, a person of meaning, a person of vision, wakes up in the morning and sits on TV, wakes up in the morning and spend early hours of the day, productive hours of the day on social media, wakes up in the morning and just watch movies or spend a good number of hours watching movies or social media. You will never find a meaningful, purposeful, visionary person doing that, because these forces, these forces will force the person to begin to do high value activities that will bring them to the place of prosperity. That's why purpose will play a critical role in your prosperity. The third element that I have to share with you is what I call legacy over lifestyle. Legacy over lifestyle. Very profound when I understood this. You see, Purpose-driven living prioritizes impact over comfort. Purpose-driven living prioritizes impact over comfort. Now, how does this relate to your prosperity? Here's one simple discovery that I learned very early on. The, the life where you find so much comfort, in that life, you would never find so much prosperity. You see that now? So if you are too comfortable, you would never enjoy true prosperity, because prosperity is never achieved in your comfort zone. You would never find prosperity in your comfort zone. So when you see somebody who is purposeful, visionary, and living a meaningful life, they are living, one of their mantras is legacy over lifestyle. They understand that every priority in their life is purpose-driven priorities, right? So they prioritize creating impact over being comfortable. And anybody who creates impact in the lives of other people will be a prosperous person. Nobody impacts people beyond his or herself and does not enjoy prosperity. So what am I saying? True life, true living isn't about building a lifestyle. We're in a generation of lifestyle building. That's why we have so many, people looking nice on social media. But if you really meet them in real sense, you cannot find true significance, true, genuine, authentic, relevant success, true prosperity. Because many people are focused on building lifestyle to appear a certain way to other people instead of crafting legacy living. Hear me. It is legacy living that leads to prosperity. Lifestyle living never produces prosperity, except you're in the business of lifestyle, except lifestyle is part of your business model, right? But so if you understand this, you will see how your life will be different. Number four, the fourth element that can help you to convert your purpose, your meaning, and your vision into prosperity is what I call the entropy of meaninglessness. The entropy of meaninglessness. So this is tapped from the principle of entropy. This principle states that naturally situations or things will tend towards a more disorderliness unless an external energy or force is applied to maintain order. For example, your life, your life would naturally be in chaos and disorder if you don't bring in external force, external energy to keep it in order. For example, what you don't need to do anything to be dirty. You just need to stay, and you don't brush, you don't clean up, you don't do any of those things. Just stay, do nothing. You will literally in a few days become dirty, become messy, you'll be smelling and all of that. But when you wake up every day and introduce external energy of brushing, external energy of taking a shower, external energy of applying perfumes and all of these things, those external energies, right? Those external forces brings order into your life. That is the principle of entropy. It means that when a situation, when a life, when a thing is not receiving external energy, that thing will get into chaos. Now, how does that relate to our topic? Here's the meaning. Your purpose, your meaning, your vision, these are forces that bring order into your life. I always say there are things I cannot do, not because I don't desire to do them, but because I cannot do them because my calling does not permit me to do it. My life's purpose does not permit me to do it. Me as a leader, me as somebody that people come to, there are things that I cannot do because the calling upon my life, the purpose for my life, the meaning upon my life, the vision I carry and I am running with, these things cannot permit me to do it. You see now, so your purpose, your calling, your meaning, your vision, these are forces that keeps your life in order. And when your life is in order, prosperity rests upon you. You would never find a disorderly, chaotic, unserious person enjoying prosperity, except they inherited it. And even people who inherited prosperity from their parents and they did not have the right forces around them, they mismanaged that prosperity. My MBA thesis was around family businesses in Africa. And majority of family-owned businesses in Africa don't last in the second generation. These guys mess it up, right? They mess up the inheritance because they don't have the forces. Their parents build these businesses with purpose, with meaning, with vision, with hard work. They were putting energy every single day to keep the business running. And then most of them hand it over to their kids, and these kids mess it up. Look at the few family-owned businesses that have transitioned into the second generation in Africa. You will see that the parents did some good work in making sure that they transfer not just the physical inheritance, but they transfer the values, they transfer their perspective, they transfer their lifestyle, they transfer, things that are beyond materialism to their children. That is how to ensure that what you're building can last in the second generation. So what am I saying under this element number 4 of the entropy of meaninglessness? What I'm saying is without purpose, life naturally declines into chaos. Yes, if you don't have purpose, you don't have meaning, you don't have vision, your life will naturally decline into chaos. And like I said, any life that is in chaos cannot build prosperity, cannot attract prosperity, cannot maintain prosperity. You get that now? So anybody who is without purpose and vision, for example, the relationships around them are going to weaken. Motivation and inspiration is going to fade away. Mental health will literally begin to step in because they're not doing things that is increasing vitality in the quality of their mindset, right? So, what am I saying? Tapping into the principle of entropy. What I am saying is this: get this, get this. Your purpose, your purpose, your meaning, your vision is the organizing force, is the organizing energy that fights life's natural entropy. In other words, your purpose, your vision, your meaning is the organizing energy, is the organizing force, is the organizing law that fights chaos in your life, that fights disorderliness, and now brings you to that place where you can be a person of prosperity, a person that attracts prosperity, a person that can build prosperity, and a person that can sustain prosperity. You get that now? Get number 5, what I call identity crisis. Identity crisis. Now, this is one of the major root causes of visionless living. One of the major root causes of visionless living. You see, without understanding, please don't miss me here. Please, please, focus, focus. Look at me. Pay attention, pay attention. More attention here. Look at me. Without understanding of who you are, that is your identity, you cannot know why you exist. That is your purpose. So, self-awareness, self-analysis is the gateway to purpose discovery, to you creating and crafting visions, to you living a life of meaning. So here's my discovery. Anybody going through identity crisis cannot maintain prosperity because their life will be like this: down, up, down, up, down, up. And a life that is down, up, down, up, down, up, confusion here and there, prosperity cannot rest in that life. You cannot even sort out yourself. Then how can you sort out prosperity? You see that? So one of the most important things that you have to sort out and ensure that you are not confused about, you are not doubting. External forces cannot, cause you to miss out on is your identity. Is your identity. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you a spiritual secret. There is an identity in the spirit that you have to develop so that that identity can attract prosperity and maintain prosperity. Every human being is also has a spiritual compartment. So your identity in the spirit is important. And secondly, the second secret I want to give you, there is a mental identity that you have to develop for prosperity to be in your life. Do you have that mental identity? So please work on your identity. Be careful of identity crisis because your purpose depends a lot on your identity, and your prosperity depends a lot on your purpose and identity. Therefore, identity plus purpose will positively change the level of your prosperity. Now, that is how much I have to cover. I have to cover in this session right now. I said I have 17 elements to show you how you can use your purpose, your meaning, and your vision to build prosperity. And I've showed you just five. Just five. So there are more points I have not shown you. As I said earlier on, if you're watching this on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, whatever, Instagram, whatever you're watching this, please check the comment section, maybe check the description. You'll find a link telling you to join our community, free community, where sometimes I will spend 1 hour, 2 hours consistently, weekly trainings, master classes for free, just teaching you these deep insights. And I guarantee you, if you hear the feedback that my clients always share when I review them, these frameworks and strategies and solutions, you will be amazed. And I guarantee you, this is one of those videos that you don't listen just once and expect to get the insight. No, please go back again, listen, get a journal, get a pen, begin to write down how are you going to apply. I have a personal law I practice called the 72 hours law of practice. What does that mean? It means that anytime I learn something new, I challenge myself to put it to use, to experiment it within 72 hours. I want to challenge you. Pick the 5 points I have shared in this video. Practice in your life. Experiment it. Do some analysis. Ask yourself questions. Meditate. Do something with it. Knowledge acquisition does not bring breakthrough. It is knowledge deployment, knowledge experimentation, knowledge implementation that brings breakthrough. God bless you. Please like, share, comment, do all those things that good people do. You're a good person, so do it. All right. God bless you. Cheers.